Minecraft building is hard. Let's face it, that's the truth. But in the next 5 minutes, my goal is to make it just a little bit easier for you. There are three main components to building: depth, texture and color, and inspiration. And in this video, I'm going to cover all three of those. So let's get started. Tip number one, depth. Depth can make a huge difference in building. Here's a build with a plain flat wall. And here is the exact same build with a 1 to 2 block difference in depth. There are a couple simple ways to add depth to a build. One of them is adding some stairs, another is trapdoors, and finally slabs. The reason why these blocks are good at changing the depth on a build is they're not full-size blocks. Let me go ahead and show you how I would add depth to this build in this scenario. I'll start by pushing the brick layer back 1 block. I'll then use trapdoors, stairs, and slab to make the difference between the brick and the wood more gradual. And finally, I'll bring the roof forward 1 block so that it overhangs the rest of the build. In only a couple minutes, we changed the depth of the build by 2 to 3 blocks, depending on where you look, and made it look a whole lot better. Tip number 2, texture. Block choice is arguably the most important part of a build. You should pick blocks that you want for the build based on texture or color instead of by name or what they are. Dead core is the best example of this. It works so well with stone, but the name can drive people away from it. If a build isn't textured properly, it's gonna look pretty plain. One way to do this is you can make a gradient as you go upwards in the build. In this scenario, I decided to add some birch logs and planks along with the sandstone. For the top part of the build, I mixed in calcite and quartz with diorite because that can give the build 3 different shades of white to make it a little more interesting to look at. Tip number 3, inspiration. Build tutorials are bad. If you want to improve at building, you can't build block for block. Instead, find images of Minecraft builds that you could use for inspiration on your build. Because if you use a Minecraft build for inspiration on your build, you're actually still building the actual build. So you learn what works in a build and what doesn't. You can also use real life as inspiration for your builds. I use real life for inspiration on my builds so often, even in this video, my second house that I built in today's video, I used inspiration from a real life build in the Netherlands. At the end of the day, building is very subjective. No one needs to be perfect at building because the perfect build is the one that you have the most fun building and using in your world. But if you want to use a couple of these tips that I've given you in your own builds, it can make it a little more impressive and more fun to create. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next.